listening to the Betmaker Show. This is the Golf PGA President's Cup preview for Monday, December 9th, 2019. And now, live from Las Vegas, the host of the Betmaker Show, Brian Blessing.
All right, folks, here we go. We love talking golf, and we've got a special event. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Cam Stewart's north of the border. We're going to warm things up. Summertime in Australia at Royal Melbourne. It's the President's Cup. All right, buddy. Well, let's have at it.
Yeah, first, just before we get into the President's Cup, Brian, it's unbelievable.
Stenson.
Great pick. No. Actually, I sprinkled on Stenson, but this Gary Woodland, it's unbelievable. Like, you pick him, the guy's leading into the final round and just gags on Sunday. It's like, if we could bet golf like in 3-round tournaments. But anyway, great. I thought it was.
But, buddy, do you remember last week when we did that? Remember, I was whining to you that I didn't get a bet in on Woodland and I wanted to cry. But the two guys, because of the price, and the two guys that we in our golf podcast last week, we said
Stenson,
Woodland and Stenson.
Yeah, I know.
Stenson wasn't going to the President's Cup.
Oh, I know. That he was talking in an interview. He's like, I'm going to grab an RV, pull like vacation movie. Clark Griswold. He's taking his family up the coastline and stuff like that. Man, he looked good. His wood play, that 3-wood's just lethal. But kudos to him. But yeah, like Gary just gagged on Sunday. The guy to lead, that was very frustrating. But anyway, it's all good, Brian. President's Cup's here.
But the funny thing is, in all sports, like I'll say, I'll have horse racing vernacular and thought processes with the company you keep. I'll use in sports handicapping. Think about it. What do we talk? College football or the NFL? Look ahead spots, let down spots, sandwich spots. Henrik Stenson's going to trying to win $1 million. Gary
to take his family on a trip.
I got to get on a plane and fly 26 hours. So they're looking ahead to the next thing. That we said that last week. That find someone who wasn't going to be in the President's Cup because those guys were all working on their game for the next week.
Yeah, no, great point. And no, that's the thing. And Stenson's odds were crazy too. I think he was 30-1, Brian, at the start of the tournament. So anyway, let's win some money here. Let's figure it out.
All right, what do you got? The U.S. is favored under
270.
Okay, well,
it's still
I'm not stepping in front of the train, but what I will tell you, I think, and we're waiting for the first round pairings. And we'll know the format, but who's going to play who? Kim, the U.S. team, they played the Hero Challenge. So then they had to hop on a plane and fly across the world. It was worse than that. They had a delay. It took them 26 hours to get there. The other guys were playing practice rounds on Sunday and Monday, while the U.S. team is flying. I think the U.S. team's loaded, but I'm telling you, I'd be looking at the other side here in the first day.
No, that's awesome, Brian. And we're going to find matchups too where we take the internationals at a big price too. No, I couldn't agree more. That's awesome. Like Ernie Els is out tweeting. These guys are working on stuff already. The Americans are playing golf. Then they got to fly to Australia. No, that's not. And you want to talk, this isn't a quick couple-hour trip too. You said it, 26 hours, different hemisphere here. That's tough. Like, I don't care who you are, what kind of athlete you are, golfers, and they do a lot of traveling. That's got to be very, very annoying. So
they basically said that, okay, it wasn't a lot of guys on a big plane. They said they had lots of room, and and Tiger said we basically killed a day together in a tin can. But they were walking around. They were getting massages and getting treatment, watching movies. Justin Thomas got off the plane, and his quote was, "Do I look that bad?" I mean, they got eaten alive on this thing.
That's good news for us because the situation, Brian. The Americans, big favorites in this thing, so we always look on the podcast to get a plus price. So advantage right now, internationals for already being there and getting acclimated early. So we'll find our spots for sure, buddy.
Well, I would tell you, and again, it's pending the matchup. But the guys I would look, okay, Adam Scott he's the headliner. They have no shot.
No, they don't. They don't.
Their best guy. But I would say
maybe we do something with top debutant, right? Because let's take a look at that. So you got Scheifele at plus 350. Cantlay played like junk. He was working on his game in the Hero, plus 450. Sunjay M, 8-1. Cameron Smith, 8-1. I don't want any piece of DeChambeau at 8-1. Finau's 8-1. Woodland's 8-1. Neiman, who was playing very, very well leading up to the President's Cup, 12-1. Ben On, 16-1. Answer, your guy. You like Abraham. He's got the answers. Blessings.
I got three guys. I got three guys.
Who do you like? Ho-Tung Lee is pretty dangerous.
I got three guys I'm looking at that I think in this format can be really, really good and dangerous for them. I'm going to play two guys to be the top combined point scorer, and I'm going to play them in first-round matchups. That's Louis Oosthuizen is 18-1.
That's crazy. He's in great form.
He is. Actually, three guys I'm going to play in first-round matchups, and that's Louis Oosthuizen, Cameron Smith, and Adam Hadwin. And Hadwin at 45-1 to be the top combined point scorer, I think is ridiculous because this guy, he's a birdie machine. This is match play. Hadwin, he's an ATM machine in tournaments, but he's a guy that can string birdies together and go low. And I think he is flying so under the radar. And I think Cameron Smith is playing good golf and he's on home soil. And Louis just, come on, man. Louis should be in the Dustin Johnson, Patrick Reed range.
Yes, he should be 10-12-1, not 18. I agree. Hopefully, Louis didn't need to call Sleep Country, Brian. He got his mattress that works because if he gets a good night's sleep at that price, man, that looks absolutely fantastic to me.
He's sleeping with the dingoes.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Louis. I love it. Slot machine.
Dingo ate my golf ball.
Dingo ate my golf ball. I don't want Adam Scott. Like Adam Scott at 16-1 is even crazy. So. But I really like where you're going with that. Adam Hadwin, he's gone low before. Didn't this man shoot a 59 before, Brian? Like he's part of the 59 club. Like, and don't let his little stature fool you. Adam Hadwin has game, and when things are working for him, his putting is very, very good. He drives the ball straight. He's not the longest guy.
It's not stroke play.
Yeah, that's the thing. Match play. 45-1 is an insane price. I would have put him in. This guy might do well, but how is Tony Finau 20 and Adam Hadwin 45? What's Tony Finau done other than eat our money every time that we take the guy, right? Like that's the thing. It's like, dude, what have you done? You don't win. Hadwin, better than double the odds of Tony Finau? Sure, Tony Finau is a great tournament. Fine, people. That's okay. But I'm saying him listed at 20-1 is stupid, in my opinion.
And the guy, it's funny. I look at him and I keep thinking, yes. And I go, no. Because he can't make a 5-footer to save his life. But you would think this would be a great platform for a Matsuyama. But this is a putting tournament, right? Match plays who's got the hot flat stick.
Yeah, Matsuyama's putting has been a little bit better, Brian. But at 14, I can't bite. I can't bite at that price. His ball striking, man, it's fantastic. No, I'm with you.
By the way, Cameron Smith is another one of these guys.
I like Cameron Smith at 25.
He plays really, really good, right? But in a stroke play event, he'll have the bad hole or two.
Yeah.
The bad hole or two, so what? You walk to the next tee.
No, I agree. Cameron Smith from Australia, 25-1. What do you think about Leishman? Another local at 25-1
guy.
Yeah, he may. That's actually kind of an interesting point that you bring up. Like
he's too nice.
What's the killer instinct, right?
Yeah, it's like Shirley Temple,
No, but Shirley Temple is a killer. Don't let it.
In match play, Shirley Temple is a killer. He is actually.
He's a killer. He's 30-1. I don't want any part of that guy. Anyway, we're not caddying for him. Hell, we can make more money betting on this thing.
By the way,
Kuchar's going to tip us.
Yeah, we're not talking to each other here. We're talking about Matt Kuchar.
Yeah, we call him Shirley. You call him Shirley Temple, Permagrin, whatever you want to call him. Don't let the smile fool you. This guy will he'll smile and then steal your wallet. Matt Kuchar's slick. He's very, very slick. But I'll tell you, Mark Leishman, 25. Yeah, he is a nice guy, but maybe this with country backyard, Brian, maybe you can get kind of the, I know where you're coming from. I understand the angle, but I still think he'd love to beat the Americans. So I don't know. Him and Smith at 25. are both good prices for hometown Aussies.
Let's make some money tonight.
For outstanding information and special offerings and promotions, we invite you and encourage you to sign up for our newsletter today simply by going to the website at betmaker.com. I got to fade the U.S. side off to this trip on the beginning, and then you line up with them in singles play.
So what do you do? Correct score after day one?
I was looking at it. Is there such an animal? What do you got?
Yeah, okay, here's what we got. So internationals to win 3-2 is plus 450. So the books are actually telling you, this is interesting. USA to win 3-2 after day one is plus 425.
There's only 5 matches in day one.
The books think that basically that the internationals are going to come out and actually do pretty well here.
What's 4-2?
No,
I'm sorry.
You mean 4-1.
4-1.
4-1 is 12-1, which I think is where we should attack. Right?
I'm telling you.
So tie. So 2.5 to 2.5. A tie is 5-1. USA to win 3.5 to 1.5 is 5-1. Internationals to win 3.5 to 1.5. You know what? You do 2 bets here.
Yep.
You do internationals to win 3.5 to 1.5 at 11-1, and you take internationals to win 4-1 at 12-1. So if one of those 11-1s or 12-1s, that's where you go with it. Because I don't think they're going to win 5-0 at 80-1. Correct?
Someone will play well.
That's what I'm saying. 3.5.
Someone will play poorly on the other side.
Don't you like those odds though? The 3.5 to 1.5, 11, 4-1, 12.
So
all the other ones are under 5-1.
And so, and the odds were what again? 5-1, 11-1.
Yeah. So,
so your return on investment's going to be in the 5-1 range.
No. If one of them wins, it'll be 10 or 11-1. Brian, if we bet internationals to win at 3.5 to 1.5, it has to be exact. It's 11-1.
Okay.
If internationals win 4-1, it's 12-1.
Oh no, it's all knock it up. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The other ones are all under 5-1. Internationals to win 3-2 is plus 450. Tie 2.5, 2.5.
And let me tell you, let me tell you something, Cam.
Yeah.
Right? Let's be conspiracy theorists.
Okay.
Right?
I like it. I am one.
Let's go grassy knoll on the back nine. All right. Are you ready here?
Oh, I'm listening, buddy.
All right.
I'm listening.
Does anybody give a rat's patoot about this thing?
No. Honestly.
Okay.
Me and you probably care more than the players.
Okay. So what?
We want to win
think
money.
About it. What would generate a modicum of interest in this thing?
The internationals taking a big lead.
USA's behind.
Yes.
And has to put the rally cap on it. Oh, we were really pressed and it was right?
Yeah, I agree. The problem is though, like what do you do after day one? Like how many bets can you make for your bankroll, right? It's one of those things you can't. So internationals to win 3-2 plus 450.
You hit the bet on the first day, you go watch football.
That's true. Like how many of these things do we take? Like the 11 and 12-1s have to be played. Would you dare bet internationals to win 5-0 at 80-1?
No.
That's craziness. See, that's it's a bomb.
Someone would. There'll be a tie. I think a halved match and a loss.
That's what I'm saying. So you'd like the 3.5 to 1.5 at 11-1 looks real good. At 11,
that's the one. That would be the one if I had to say. If we're right, the one that likely happens, if our thought process is correct, the odds would be that would be the favorite, not 11-1.
Yeah. Well, the favorite is internationals 3-2. Actually, USA to win 3-2 is the favorite at plus 425, and internationals to win 3-2 is plus 450. Those are the favorites.
Well, you got to fade them off that flight.
I agree.
I'm sorry.
I think 11 and 12-1 with both of those is a great price, and and that's likely to happen. Winning 5-0 is not very likely, but beating somebody 3.5 to 1.5, yes, 4-1 is likely as well.
You know who's going to win his opening match though?
Who?
Reed.
Yeah, Patrick Reed's the one American who, like, probably on the plane, like, just pop pills.
Well, you know what happened to him, right? He finished. Well, he finished.
Oh, you know the 2-stroke penalty. I know
he finished
pissed.
one shot out of winning the thing.
Yeah, I know.
And he got a 2-shot penalty. And I mean, you saw it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess he's really, and I think part of it is who he is.
No, people hate him.
But
It's quite obvious.
They're carving him like a Christmas ham. They're like basically accusing him of having done that on purpose. Do you believe so?
I'm going to tell you this, Brian, and this is allegedly. I know a lot of people that played golf on mini tours and stuff. My buddy told me that his friend told him, like, Patrick Reed, the reason he, like, transferred schools allegedly was the guy, like, stole his, like, roommates' wallets and stuff like that. Like, there's something about this. No, like, I'm serious. Like, the guy, like, lifted money from, like, a guy allegedly in college. Like, this is the stories that go around with Patrick Reed. Like, he's not some kind of, like, honest to goodness golfer calling myself out on shots. Like, there's a lot of issues with this guy.
I mean, honestly,
he went to Augusta State instead of a big school because he has great game.
Well, the funny thing is, he's no dummy.
No, he's very good player.
Look at what he did. The ball was not. It wasn't a bunker. It was like the waist area.
Yeah, it's the waist area.
The ball was basically in a depression. So he addressed, the ball twice and did 2 practice takeaways, and he basically, like a paintbrush, he shaved away about a half an inch of sand behind the ball. So
that's cheating.
And he got
golf with me and you, Brian, in our game, unless it's a cash game, do whatever you want, buddy. But as pro golfers,
I'm taking it out of the hole.
I am too. I'm taking it out of the hole too, right? I don't want to deal. Yeah, it could be a snake.
But it was a snaky move.
It was. That's what I'm talking about. This is what and that's the thing about Patrick Reed, right? Like, he's a great player, but I think other guys. It's weird. Golf is one of those sports, like, I don't think they want to be associated with him. Like, when you look at his crew, it's him, the wife's brother, his caddy. Like, who hangs with Patrick Reed on tour? I'm not saying everybody has to be the get-along gang, but, like, who likes Patrick Reed? Really?
Well, he doesn't want any friends.
That's
family hates him.
Yes, that's true. Did he have to, like, did they beg for somebody to come? Yeah, he doesn't even talk to somebody.
His family showed up at the Masters when he won, and he wouldn't talk to him.
He's like, get
nice guy. You want to go have a beer?
I know.
Hey, does your mom want to come with us have a beer?
Anyway, I know I'm not going to call the man a cheater or whatever, but that's when you're playing professional golf.
But he's going to do the Captain America thing here. The funny thing is, he's going to make a long birdie and he's going to put his finger up to his mouth like, shh.
Oh, I know. The Australians are going to go, what a jackass.
Nobody's making any noise anyway. They got like a 24-ounce Foster's in their hand. What is with that? I mean, yeah, you get a can of beer in Australia, and it's like, literally, you better have Popeye biceps just to carry the beer around.
It's funny because I know an Australian guy, and he hates it, right? Because, like, Foster's is like kind of like piss beer to them. It's like a low grade beer, but everybody from the Crocodile Dundee moves, ooh, have a Foster's. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like when people say, hey, you're Canadian, you like Molson? It's like, yeah, there's other beers out there too, pal. But anyway, I get it.
By the way, does the international team, do they got that guy? What's his name? What's the actor's name? Crocodile Dundee, you know?
Paul Hogan?
Thank you, Paul Hogan. Yes.
I just said Paul Hogan.
But no, you said Crocodile Dundee.
No.
I didn't hear you say Paul.
I said Paul Hogan. Oh, that's producer Mike, but I thought
I don't think
anyway, Brian.
Well, I listened to you. No, but don't you think that'd be great having him standing on the first tee as the starter with like a machine?
Exactly. Introducing from 1984, Paul Hogan.
He's standing there. He's got the cowboy hat and the vest on.
Yeah,
he's got the big machete,
shark tooth necklace.
No, and his left hand's on a walker. No, he's got the machete in one hand. His left hand's on a walker to hold him up.
You're right, Brian. I love the President's Cup, though. We're gonna make money. If we make money, it's a great tournament, right? It's a lot of fun.
The beauty of it, if it's on the wagering board, you pay attention.
Exactly. So that's what we're gonna do. So I guess the one thing I could say is what American. So Patrick Reed's going to be a guy that we like a play on from the American team and from the other team, Cam Smith.
No, I'll give you one American. I'll give you an American I am playing on because he hasn't been walking around for the last 20 years in Ryder Cups with a Paramio bag, puking all over himself. All right. I think Xander Schauffele's going to, he's a new face. I think, he doesn't have all the scars, the emotional scars that these guys got. So I think Xander Schauffele's going to play well for the U.S. team.
I agree. The books like him too. Next to Justin Thomas for top combined point score, he's the second choice on the board at 9-1, and Cantley's 3 at 10-1 with Dustin Johnson. So no, I like Schauffele too. I think Schauffele. And know what he is? He's a likable guy too, right, Brian? Like he's not too, I just like his personality. He's not an idiot. He doesn't do stupid things, but he's still aggressive. He's kind of,
the stage is never too big for this.
That's the thing. And a lot of these other guys, I think they're full of it. But when I look at Schauffele, he just seems like a real dude that just wants to win golf tournaments. I like his personality. I like his demeanor. He does have a killer instinct. Don't let that fool you either. Like he's not all joking around all the time. Like he means business. I love that pick.
This is a leap of faith. We'll wrap it up with this. This is a leap of faith.
Who? CT Pan?
No.
He's not going to play enough.
No, Jordan Spieth. Because, I mean,
I can't bet Spieth.
I know. Here's the thing. Hear me out. Is that, he's playing military golf. And, he's all over the place.
You're right. Match play, get away with it. You got a good partner. Yeah.
In a stroke play event, he's blowing his own brains out. But the one thing this guy does is putt. Does Jordan Spieth actually summon up some back class and the flat stick saves him at a price?
Is he even there? Like I'm looking at the teams. He's not even listed on my book.
No, they left him home.
Thomas, Schauffele, Johnson, Cantley, Fowler, Woods, Woodland, Simpson, DeChambeau, Finau, and Kuchar.
Okay. All right, I fall on the sword. I fall on the Paul Hogan machete here. I'm looking at
other Fosters, mate.
No. I'm looking at a pre-tournament picture here with Els. And you know what?
Ernie Els. Don't go on Ernie Els plane, Brian.
No, wait a minute.
He'll want to fight you.
They always wear hats and stuff, right?
Yes.
I'm looking at this picture, and on the far end, I never even thought it. Justin Thomas looks a lot like Jordan Spieth.
A little bit, yeah. No, yeah, they look like
brothers. Look who's there.
And they both went to Texas. Both went to the same school.
So that would be a real big leap of faith.
Yeah, sure would, Brian. You're the best, man. So internationals day one, and we're going to take it from there. So that's what we're doing. So this is what we're going to leave people with. 3.5 to 1.5, 11-1, 4-1, 12-1. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Those are great odds.
And Louis Oosthuizen, Hadwin.
Yes. I love Oosthuizen.
Combined points, guys. And another guy, I can't go. How deep do you go? I think Cameron Smith, at home. I mean, forget Adam Scott and Ernie Els. I think Cameron Smith.
I agree. I like Cameron Smith.
The Aussie flying under the radar.
25-1. Perfect.
I think Cameron Smith could have a big President's Cup.
I agree. This kid, he's young, he's talented, home soil, fits all the markers, buddy.
You're the man. It's the President's Cup.
Betmaker, let's make some money tonight.
Well, that's the Betmaker Show for now. We publish multiple times each week. We'd like to thank you for listening, and if you liked what you heard, please take a moment to leave a rating and review, or subscribe to our show feed, or share our show with a friend or two and help us grow the show. We very much appreciate it. Visit us on the web at betmaker.com. And reminder to sign up for the newsletter. Thanks to our engineer, Darren Vandermolen, and producer, Mike Gallivan. The Betmaker Show is a production of Cardinal Marketing Incorporated. Betmaker is a registered trademark. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of this content without the express written consent of Cardinal Marketing Incorporated is strictly prohibited.
The handicapping and sports odds information contained on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Please confirm the wagering regulations in your jurisdiction, as they vary from state to state, province to province, and country to country. Using this information to contravene any law or statute is prohibited. The podcast is not associated with, nor is it endorsed by any professional or collegiate league, association, or team. This podcast does not target and is not intended for an audience under the age of 18. If you think that you have a gambling addiction, stop this podcast now and please seek help.
Gambling and betting on sports is a form of entertainment and should be about having a good time. But when done excessively, it may negatively affect other areas of a person's life, such as their physical and mental health, school or work performance, finances, and or interpersonal relationships. At Betmaker.com and the Betmaker Show, we're concerned about the addiction that gambling may cause, and for this reason, we encourage everyone to practice responsible gambling, an approach to gambling that helps you ensure that it remains an enjoyable activity. Here are the main principles of responsible gambling. Don't think of gambling as a way to make money. Always gamble with money that you can afford to lose. Set limits and stick to them. Never chase losses. Don't gamble when you're depressed or upset, and create a healthy balance. Always be aware of how much time you spend gambling or thinking about gambling. And do not allow gambling to cause you to miss out on time with family and friends or time spent on other activities you enjoy. By following these guidelines, gambling can be a good time and great entertainment. If you feel at any time that your gambling is taking away from important areas of your life, is causing you stress or depression, or is leading to financial losses that are beyond your control, please reach out for help. Learn more at responsiblegambling.org.